What's up YouTube, Capital G here, giving you guys a quick market watch, letting you guys know what the heck is going on in the secondary market, seeing if we can save you guys a couple of bucks or of course make you guys a couple of bucks. That's even better. So this video is going to be a little different than my usual market watches. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I don't generally predicate my market watches around prices going down because I don't think it's quite as sexy. It's not as flashy. It doesn't have quite the shock value, and I don't think it's quite as entertaining, but holy shit, I don't really have a choice when it comes to this one because the Zoodiac Bubble has officially bursted, guys. These cards have started plummeting, and honestly, if you've got like a full Zoodiac deck, you probably just lost a significant amount of money. I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I'm not gonna, wave it in your face and be like, ha 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 ha, because I've spent a lot of money. I've got a fucking Dark Magician deck that costs a ton, and it's not even that good. I just like playing Dark Magician, but these Zoodiac cards have definitely started tanking, and we all know why that is. Obviously, yesterday Konami dropped a bombshell with the OCG April 1st ban list, and let's be real, guys, they completely fucking destroyed Zoodiacs. I mean, they basically gave it the old Yeller treatment where they took it behind a woodshed and just like plugged it with a shotgun. That deck is dead. You might as well go ahead and bury that shit. And I mean, it honestly is one of the strongest decks that we will probably ever see in Yu-Gi-Oh history. In the OCG, it was undoubtedly tier 0, but you're starting to see cards like Zoodiac Barrage absolutely tank. In fact, even the normal market price, which is definitely down, this card is well under that. You see right here, the low right now on TCG Player is $56 plus $2.99 shipping, which will put it at about 59 bucks, and that's almost $10 less than the normal price. But I can tell you guys that the card maybe 24 hours ago was much closer to this. The card was it was close to maybe like $76 or so. So with it being under 60, I mean, you easily lost like maybe 45 to 50 bucks on a play set of Barrages. You move to Zoodiac Trident. This is another card that I actually think is just going to keep going down. You see that it has the red cursor here under the price trend. It's currently $18.50, but like if you plan on playing Zoodiacs at, I don't know, like a YCS, what's that, YCS Pittsburgh, maybe, I would honestly wait, guys. I would try and get these at the last minute because I think that Trident is going to go possibly to $15. Like, I think a lot of people thought that Trident may go to 1 at the least, but the fact that Konami actually banned it in the OCG, that is making people so fucking skittish to touch these cards. That's the main reason why you're seeing Zoodiac basically tank, is because a lot of people in the TCG just saw what happened to the OCG card, the Zoodiac, and a lot of people were like, holy shits, like, I think I better cash my chips in now. I don't know if this is a deck that I want to stay invested in if Konami just absolutely slaughtered it, and it's making it very difficult for people to feel comfortable in investing in Zoodiac. Like, I honestly don't think it has anything to do with the Raging Tempest Special Edition and there just being more Zoodiac on the market. When you look at the amount of top spots that Zoodiac takes and like the YCSs, especially considering we've got Prague this weekend, we've got a YCS in South America this weekend, and we've got the UDS Vegas, which I don't really give a fuck about because I don't really think that's a real event. But you've got these other YCSs that are going to have over 1,000 people of them, or 1,000 people at them, and Zoodiac end up taking, fucking 50% or 60-70% of the top cut, there is no real reason for these cards to go down other than what we just saw. We just saw the deck get absolutely hammered in the OCG. Another card, Broad Bull, that was about a $22 card, now it's about a $20 card. So it's, you look at it and you're just thinking, oh cap, it's only $2. But guys, this is the immediate reaction. Like, you just have to think that people are starting to be scared. People are seeing the deck get destroyed in the OCG and they're thinking, well, Konami has to give us a TCG ban list sometime. Like, what do you think they're going to go after? They're probably going to go after Zoodiac. I think that people will not invest in this unless we see a ban list and we see the Zoodiac deck survive it somehow. I honestly think that Broad Bull will probably be a little more expensive than Dryden. I could easily see this card dropping to like 17 bucks. So again, if you have them and you're not going to play at any events, fucking cash out now, because I don't know, man. For Zoodiacs to go up in price, Konami would have to they'd have to pull another March 2012, which if you guys have never like heard the story of that, like watch my March 2012 video where it would kind of be the equivalent of right now, Konami releases the ban list tomorrow in the TCG and they say, all right, we're going to hit 4 Paleozoic cards, we're going to hit ABC and Burning Abyss, and that's it. shit, and we're just gonna leave Zoodiac the way it is. Like, for something, if Konami did something like that, yeah, these Zoodiac cards would skyrocket because, you know, national season. But I just don't see that happening. Another card that is starting to go down, and I actually think that Speedroid Ceratop has a better chance of getting hit than any of the Zoo cards because Konami is still actively making money on those. You know, Raging Tempest Special Edition, they are trying to sell that shit, so they want their money, but they can easily put Ceratop at 1, and I kind of think that this card could be worthless. You see right here, it had the normal market price of $10, but it's currently sitting under 10, or excuse me, under $9. I would be so afraid if I had a playset of Speedroid Ceratops because you're basically sitting on almost $30 in cards. But let's be real, guys, if this got limited to 1, this would probably be a $1 card, if that, because who in their right mind is going to play 1 Take Timberg and 1 Ceratop? Like, you're just not going to do it. You're going to drop the engine completely and you're going to start playing Bio Baboon. In fact, the only deck that I think would play 1 Speedroid Ceratop would probably just be pure Speedroids or any like Speedroid Windwitch deck, which I've actually played that. Speedroid Windwitch is just really legit, by the way, too, because everything in the deck is wind. Another card that the hype has died down around is obviously what's it called, Blackwing Go Through the Vague Shadow. This one I think is directly because Konami pulled off a little shocker. They actually preemptively hit this card. You guys know that this card is it's a nightmare, man, for link summoning. It just makes link summoning so good. It is a 1 card link 3, and this is interesting because this would have been like, you know what this would have been like? This would have been like if Konami decided to limit Tour Guide right before they released Generation 4. So like, that would have been weird, right? Konami released Tour Guide in the last 5D set. Obviously that card was meant to break the fuck out of synchros, and or excuse me, it was made to break the fuck out of Xyz, and they just kind of ignored it. They were like, yeah, play those fucking Tour Guides, guys, play those Xyz. But you know, they kind of did something opposite with Gofu. Gofu looks like it was going to completely break the link mechanic, and they immediately limited it. So I don't know. Even if I was Konami, I would have let this shit stick around for like probably for like 6 months just to promote the link summon. But yeah, this card was actually about $3 once people figured out, or once Konami officially announced that you could use tokens, but it's back to being $1. I don't think people are comfortable holding on to 3 copies of Gofu when they already kind of see the writing on the wall. They see that this card probably is going to get like limited by the time that we get links in the TCG. I mean, I don't know, maybe Konami will just hit it now. Another card that I would actually just kind of stay away from is Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. I know at one point, I think I saw one of John's videos, and Interrupted Slumber was like $5, and it's back to like $3. I don't see any possibility that it's going to go up in price. In fact, if that does happen in the TCG, if Slumber gets hit, it might actually drive down the price of all the kaijus. I actually was looking at Gamma Sale, and he's like $6.50, which is just, woo, that's pretty damn high for a kaiju. But yeah, if this card gets limited to 1, then kind of the effectiveness as of the kaiju engine as a whole will go down. So honestly, I mean, you can pick these up if you're gonna play them, but if you're not gonna play anything kaiju related, like, don't even bother with this. I would just try and dump them with people who might not be aware of the OCG ban list. Try and get rid of them now, because I think that there's a very legitimate chance that it's going to actually get hit. Now, this one is something I can't explain. I feel like every single time I do a market watch, there's always one random card that I don't have any idea why it's spiked. I don't understand it, and I try and basically ask you guys. So Wind Up Arsenals and Mayo came out of Order of Chaos. I would probably bet a steak dinner that this card has not been reprinted, because Order of Chaos is just a weird set. There's like a whole bunch of fucking secrets. Like isn't Invoker from Order of Chaos? I think there's a lot of weird secret rares in this set that have like not been reprinted. It's not quite Star Strike Blast. It's not that stupid, but it's like kind of up there in sets that just seem to randomly produce like expensive ass secret rares and expensive ass cards. Wind Up Arsenals and Mayo has basically doubled in price. Its normal market price is about $14.50, and it's $28, and it's a rank 5. And even back in the day, guys, like Wind Up's barely even used this, so I can't really, like, I can't put my finger on what deck is running rank 5s right now. Like the rank 5 is just kind of dead in Yu-Gi-Oh. Everything is based around rank 4, because obviously that's where Zoodiac is. Even if you were looking for another dominant Xyz deck, like, you'd probably go to Paleozoics, and that's rank 2. Rank 5 has just never historically been like a great rank. I mean, even rank 3 had like Burning Abyss and Phantom Knight. So I don't really understand this one at all, but I do know the card has never been reprinted. And then the last couple of cards I want to talk about are a couple of the True Kings. You've got the Fire one and the Water one that are both up. In fact, this guy actually was about a $4.50 card. It's about $7. I think people are looking at the True Kings and people are trying to figure out just good decks that don't necessarily require the extra deck. This guy being up not quite $1. It's like 70 cents. It's honestly not that much, but just something noticeable that I'm seeing with the True Kings. Obviously, True King Zoodiac was like an extremely strong deck, but if Zoodiac get hit, I think people are looking for other decks that just don't have to rely on the extra deck as much. And True Kings kind of revolve around like tribute summoning. They don't really need to go into their extra deck. Even when they do make like their rank 9 play, this is not a deck that spams like extra deck monsters on the field. So like the new rules complete, like they don't really affect this deck at all. It's also another deck that can really use Bio Baboon, so you can get some you can actually get a lot of use out of that. And I think True Kings are just, they're good. Like when they get all of their cards from Maximum Crisis and whatnot, it's going to be a very legitimate deck. So I think people are starting to pick those up. Also, the fact that like a lot of their cards are like ultra rare, that might also have something to do with it. I think a lot of their cards in Maximum Crisis will be will be like secret rare and ultra rare as well. And I think people are looking at this as a deck that should be very relevant. Like it has no chance of being hit, and it just should be a very good deck for at least like the next 6 months. So you guys let me know what you think. You know, I think it's just going to be interesting. I think that Zoodiacs are tanking right now. I'm not exactly sure what can pretty much revive them as far as like their prices, other than if Konami just ignores them on the ban list and they have like a really strong showing at Prague. Like if they win Prague, I don't think that necessarily makes their prices rebound, because I think people are still saying, okay, you won Prague, that's nice, but you know, if you get fucked up by the ban list, like what does it really matter? The only thing that I can think of that will really rebound Zoodiacs is them basically escaping the ban list. Like if Terratop gets hit and that's it, you know, Terratop gets the 1 and like Tenki goes the 2, they basically did what they did in the LCG, Zoodiacs will skyrocket before Nationals. But outside of that, I don't know. I honestly wouldn't touch them right now. So whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always, and subscribe if you're not already.